Good morning, Store Nation. So, in this episode on Mondays, what we do, we go from my week in numbers when I'm not on holiday. So, I don't think we did one last week, but we're back again this week. Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Monday, Wednesday, Friday. And do you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to pre-record because we've got some holidays coming up in July. So then we don't miss any episodes apart from maybe a Monday one, unless I can record it when I'm on holiday. So, in this episode today, we're running through last week's figures for all 5 sites, soon to be 6, hopefully going to be opening soon when we can get the Sparky up there. Fingers crossed that will be very, very soon. Right. So last week, what happened last week? Well, overall, we lost square footage. The quotes were down as well, only 103 quotes. We lost 750 square foot, but we are going to lose more. Wednesday's episode, Wendy's? Who's Wendy? Wednesday's episode is going to cover it because Mansfield, we made a bit of a boo-boo and we've lost over 3,000 square foot. Yes, I'm sitting with that pain right now. Oh, man. It genuinely does hurt. I don't know where it hurts. It hurts deep, deep inside, 3,000 square foot, but it's our own fault. And ultimately, it's my fault. And I'm going to tell you all about it on Wednesday's episode. I'm going to do an episode about it because I think it's good to share when I do something wrong, because then you can learn from my mistakes. And hopefully I can learn from my mistakes as well. I was with Ben Holmes on Friday evening. He came up to see us in Beverley, went out for a meal with him and my family, and he came back and watched the football with me. And we had a good old chinwag. And one of the things he said, Dean, do you know why I love your podcast? I was like, wow, you like my podcast? And he said, because you're honest and you say the good and the bad. And so I'm going to not try to lean into the bad more, because ultimately I don't want you to think I'm a doofus. I do want you to think I know what I'm doing. But equally, I want everybody to know that we all make mistakes. I must listen and educate myself and learn about 30 hours a week, to podcasts, to books, to courses. I'm constantly learning, constantly learning. And the exciting thing for me is I'm hopefully going to listen to these podcasts in 5 years' time and think, God, you was a stupid plonker, because we iterate and we improve. If in 5 years I don't look back to what I'm saying right now and cringe, then I haven't developed enough. So I'm going to share with you all the things I do wrong as well. And believe me, there is absolutely tons, which I'm sure my team will agree with. Charlene's just started. Charlene Burns, amazing. She used to work for Safe Store. She's absolutely incredible. And I bet when she started, I bet she's thinking, oh, crikey, thought Dean was good. Hopefully she don't think that. Hello, Charlene. Yeah, she's just started last week. And yeah, she's amazing. I feel every time I say someone's amazing, I think, oh no, the other people are going to think, I don't think they're amazing. I think everybody's amazing. Our team is amazing. I was going to say, but, and then that sounds like I'm saying, but that, Charlene was sales manager. She was the manager at the Glasgow site and other sites as well. I don't know if I can tell official figures, but what she did with them sites for Safe Store is incredible. She won amazing awards, Safe Store's Manager of the Year. She got offered crazy. Again, I don't know if I can. You can tell Safe Store really liked her. The people I spoke to in Safe Store, or people who spoke on my behalf to people in Safe Store, very high up, really highly of her. So yeah, we're gathering together an amazing team, and we've got another announcement coming up in 6 weeks where another amazing member of the team will be coming in. So I can't wait to share that with you. But this person had to give 3 months notice, and I don't think it's public knowledge yet. And ultimately, it's nothing to do with me when they announce it. I've got to respect, obviously, when they announce it publicly and stuff. So, but that's going to be exciting as well. Okay, so I promised weekly figures. Here we go. And by the way, what the Mansfield thing, by the way, yeah, I'm going to do a separate. We're going to say about Mansfield, about how much square foot's moving up next week, how much square foot's moved up this week. But I'm going to get into the details. I don't want to get into too much details today, but I'll get into the details for Wednesday's episode. I'm going to record it. I'm going to go down for a coffee shop, do a few bits and bobs, and I'm recording that. Right, so 103 quotes. We was minus 750 for the week. In June, kiddos. Reservations so far this week. Oh, well, reservations for the week, 32 reservations. So that is a conversion rate of 31% from quotes to reservations. Move-ins, It says reservations to quotes, so quotes to reservation, whatever. Move-ins this week, we had 29 move-ins, so we moved in a phenomenal amount of people, and that's a conversion rate of 28%. Right, let's move down to the next thing we're looking at. By the way, I'm getting this information from MrSelfStorage.com, where I send out a daily newsletter about all the things in self-storage. Mondays we do the weekend numbers, what happened last week, and then the rest of the week I give you a self-storage tip, I give you some industry news, and it is, I don't mind saying it, I think it's wicked. I really do. We've got well over 500 people subscribed. We've got a 70% open rate, so I can only go on what people are saying about it, which is amazing. The feedback we get is just incredible, and I love it. I genuinely really enjoy doing it. Really enjoy doing it. So Willoughby, okay, in total last week we took £43,306. Beverley took £10,388. Wrexham took 3,000. Clough Road took 8,200. That's good for Clough Road. Beverley, we took 3,200. And at Willoughby, we took 18,500. I'm rounding up and down where I need to. Let's have a look at the reservation report. Angela did 9 reservations. Angela on the tools. Go on, Angela. Manager of the year, might I add, in the UK. Charlene did a first reservation, number 1 for Charlene. James did 9 reservations. Go on, James. Jack did 7 reservations. Go on, Jack. Jack is a consistently high performer, converter, whatever you want to say. And KTO did 1. Obviously, KTO has left now, but when somebody does a follow-up, it's whoever got the first person port of call. And so KTO has been given 1 reservation for, like, well done, KTO. KTO, I hope you're back from your holiday. I don't know if you're back from your holiday yet or not, but honestly, best of luck in your new role at, is it Quick Self-Storage? Anyway, yeah, I think she'll do amazing things there. Right, Willoughby. Let's dive into the figures, full figures. Here we go. Yep, amount of quotes, 35 quotes at Willoughby. So quotes was good last week. We did 11 reservations at Willoughby. That's a conversion rate of 31%. Really good stuff there. We had 12 move-ins, 34% conversion rate from quotes to move-ins. Awesome stuff. We moved in 885 square foot. We moved out 460. So we are up 425. I can't actually remember what we were supposed to be up last week at Willoughby. Do you know what? In fact, I'm going to have a look. Beehive, because that's where my reports are on. Log in. I seem to remember, I could be egg on my face here. I think we wasn't expected to do as well as we did. Let's have a look. I'm going to last week's best week ever with reservations. Yeah, let's have a look. Overview. Let's come all the way down. We took £43,000 last week as well. We took £43,000 this week. We are so consistent. Although we did 36 reservations last week and we did 32 this week. Yeah, so we were supposed to move in 875, but we're supposed to move out 750. We were supposed to be, oh no, sorry, that was last week. Oh yeah, so we're supposed to move in 710 last week, and we was supposed to move out 975. So that means we was around about 165 down. We were supposed to be, and we was 420 up. So that's really good. So yeah, over 500 square foot better than we expected. So Willoughby's doing pretty good. We're at 79% at the minute at Willoughby, 79% occupancy. It isn't far off our best ever occupancy. And we've been higher in terms of percentage occupancy. We've been in the 80s before, 85, but we've added extra units, extra containers, etc. And so it is one of our highest ever. Well, I'll have to double check the figures, but I'm sure that occupancy will be up there with the highest we've ever been, which is awesome. Right, what else? So we've got 346 internal rooms occupied, 47 containers occupied, still 2 parking spaces, but they are paying a premium for them. We took £72,000 worth of insurance last week. That's an average of £6,000 per new move-in, which is good. That's where we want to be. And the average sales per move-in was £11.25 merchandise sales, which isn't particularly good. This next week, however, we're due to move in 675 and we're due to move out 1,010. So that means we're due to be around about 300 square foot down, 335. Oh, public maths. Boom! I was nervous then, I can't lie. So, with that being said, if we hit anywhere positive next week, it will be brilliant. Brilliant. Clough Road, 30 quotes from Clough Road. Normally we do a little bit more quotes than that. We got 7 reservations, which is a conversion rate of 23%, so a little bit low. We had 6 move-ins, which is a conversion rate of 20%, so a little bit low. We had 375 square foot moved in, so a little bit low. We had 575 square foot moved out. That's a little bit high. And then our net result is minus 200. Boo. So we lost 200 last week. The average insurance sold is £33,000. Sorry, we sold £33,000 insurance, and that means the average was 5,500. So a little bit lower there. This week, we've got 550 square foot due to move in, and we've got 485 to move out. So it's going to be a positive week at Clough Road. Beverley is beginning to be a little bit of a worry. I've been looking at the occupancy. It could be a lot of a worry. 7 quotes at Beverley last week. We had 3 reservations. That's a conversion rate of 43%. We had 2 move-ins at Beverley, conversion rate of 29%. The square foot moved in, 150. Square foot moved out, 440. We were 290 square foot down at Beverley last week. We are 80% full, 80.65. That is not good. Insurance sold last week, £3,000. That's an average of 1,500 per move-in. That is not good. We've got 1 move-in due this next week for 75 square foot. That is not good. We've got 1 move-out due for 50 square foot. That's not bad. So we've got to be careful here. We've got to, that's definitely, I always talk about a green, amber, and red traffic lights situation. And if it's site is going green, then everything's a go, everything's happy, but it's got to be a red. Got to be a red at the minute, Beverley. 81% full. We haven't been 81% full for a long time. Our revenue's still good, though, because our revenue management is on point. 13 quotes at Wrexham. We got 3 reservations. That's a conversion rate of 23%. We got 3 move-ins, a conversion rate of 23%. We moved in 185. We moved out 160. So it was 25 square foot up. Our average insurance was £4,666.67, which means it was a bit below where we want to be. Oh, God, we've got 1 move-in due this next week for 100 square foot. We've got 2 move-outs for 285 square foot. Boo. Mansfield. Oh, Mansfield. 18 quotes at Mansfield, 8 reservations, a conversion rate of 44%. That is good. We had 6 move-ins. That's a conversion rate of 33%, which is good. We moved in 500 square foot, which is on the low side. Boo. And we moved out 1,210. Boo. Partly of that was over 3,000 square foot. 1 customer is moving out. Get this, sir. Next week, we're due to move in 200 square foot. We're due to move out 2,475. I think this one person's moving out 3,500 square foot in total. Like I said, I won't ruin Wednesday's episode. So we're going to talk about Wednesday's episode. We're going to talk about what we could have done, what's happened, and what we could have done differently. And I do think, for whatever reason, the customer is really upset with us. I don't think we've done anything wrong. But it's the customer's point of view. And ultimately, I always say to the wife and my friends and family, it doesn't matter if they're right. It doesn't matter if somebody's right or wrong in an argument. If they feel that way, we can't tell you your feelings are wrong. And so you got to analyze why they are feeling this way. They are feeling a certain way because of a certain thing that how we handled something. I still think it was right. I still stand by it 1,000,000%. But they're not moving out because of that. And I think they're moving out for another reason. And that is where I think we made the mistake. And so I'll go into all that good stuff next week. So we lost 710 square foot this week. We've got 131 rooms occupied. This at Mansfield. Keep up, kids. We've got 18 containers occupied, 15 car parking spaces rented. We're currently 61% full. That will change. The average insurance was £4,000, which is not good because we want to be at £6,000. And like I said, we've got 1 move in and shitload, 17 move outs due. Right. Google Analytics. 341 new website visitors last week. We did 29 reservations. So that means we have a 9% conversion rate from new visitors to the website to convert to reservations is 9%. That is incredible. Do you want to know about my health and fitness goals? Okay, I'm going to tell you. Dino is on it like a car bonnet from today. We just booked a holiday. I think we go on the 17th of July. It's a really awesome place in Greece. I love it. And I want to have a six-pack. I'm whispering it because I don't even believe it myself. I like my beer too much. I like my beer. I am tracking all the sodding calories. Last week, I ran 22 miles. I'm going to step it up. I'm going to run 25 miles a week now. I'm going to go gym at least 3 times a week, and I'm going to do 100 press-ups a day. I'm going to walk steps 20,000. I've already ran. I was on the treadmill at 5:15 this morning running 4 miles. All right, I am on it. Honestly, I want my wife to take a double take and like, who is that? Oh, it's my bloody husband. God, he looks good. I've only got 4 weeks to do it. And the problem is, it's the Euros. What happens at the Euros? Dean watches football. What happens when Dean watches football? Dean has a beer. There's going to be loads of barbecues. What happens when Dean has a barbecue or gets invited to a barbecue? Dean has a beer. And so I enjoy having a beer. So I'm just going to monitor it. I'm not going to say no beer and anything stupid like that. I did, however, drink wine over the weekend to try and stay off a beer. But I'm going to be in a calorie deficit, including the beer. Including the beer. I gotta sound like a bloody alcoholic here. Got an alcoholic problem. I've got a gambling problem. I've got a self-storage Mansfield problem. Jeepers. Cash flow problems all the time. That's yeah, they are all add up. Anyway, so there's my goal. 6-pack. And by the way, I am not going to be doing a podcast with a 6-pack out. Well, I definitely won't be doing a podcast with a 6-pack out. But yeah, the reason I'm telling you this is because it's good to share. I think it's good to publicly share your goals because it keeps me accountable. And if I don't, obviously, let's be honest, there's a very slim, pun intended, there's a very slim chance that you will ever see me with, not ever, that you'll see me with 6-pack in 5 weeks. But we've got to have goals. If I aim for it and I just fall short, then guess what? I've still improved. So the main aim here is to improve. I want to be proud of walking topless in that pool, around that beach. So yeah, that's my goal. So I'm telling you this because that's why I want to be accountable to you guys. And I don't want to look like a geek and say, no, I've still got my beer, semi-beer. When you run 25 miles, it's hard to get a beer gut. But let's say it's the semblance of a dad bod. The semblance of it. Right. I'm going to shut up talking now. I'm going to go and get a cup of coffee. All right. I love you. I appreciate you. And I'll see you on Wednesday when I'm going to talk about the Mansfield problem. Right. See you soon, guys. Love you. I appreciate you. Bye.